back, and I am an independent Shaklee distributor, and I'm also a certified health coach. And we are here to talk to you a little bit about Shaklee's Get Clean Starter Kit, and we're gonna open this box up and take a peek inside. And Van?
And I'm Van Burbach, and I am a professional geologist and an environmental consultant who specializes in solid waste issues.
So if you're not familiar with Shaklee, then I'm so glad that you tuned in, because you are going to be so glad to have found us. So really, the company was started in 1956, but our history goes well beyond that. In 1915, Dr. Forrest Shaklee created the first multivitamin in America, and the idea of vitamins and minerals had only been discovered and understood just a few years prior to that. And his goal was that everything should be in harmony with nature, and that nature provided for us things to make us healthy. And he put it to practice in his own life over and over again. And when he retired, he started Shaklee with the idea that people like Ben and myself, that we would go and share that information with others. And because if you pick it up on a shelf, you won't know all the wonderful things about it. And so that's what we're here for, to tell you about it. So Shaklee is a pioneer in the industry of health and wellness, as well as environmental friendly products. And so we like to say we were green when green was just a color. So I invite you to click on our link. It should be up here, and check us out. And so let's get started. So this right here is a Get Clean Starter Kit. And when it comes to your house, it's in this great box, so everybody knows that you're making an effort. And it's exciting to get your box in the mail. So,
All right, indeed. I like this right on the cover. It says, it's upside down for you, but it says, Get Clean, safe for you, your home, and your planet.
Because that's our mission.
All right.
Okay, what have we got in there, Van?
Well, the very first thing we want to pull out is Basic H. This is the workhorse of Shaklee's cleaning system. This product is completely natural, pure, safe. It's safe for you, and it's safe for the environment. But it also is an incredible concentrated cleaner that can use for almost anything in your home.
So the next thing in the box is something that goes with that. So this little baby, this is a spray bottle that goes with that. It doesn't come with liquid. I have liquid in mine. And you fill it up with 16 ounces, which is about here. And how much Basic H do you put in this, Van?
2 drops.
2 drops. 2 drops. That's it.
2 drops. 16 ounces of water, 2 drops of Basic H.
So if you only made window concentrate, this one bottle makes over 5,800 bottles of standard ready-to-use window cleaner. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, it is.
So that's the first bottle. The second bottle,
if you want to do a little bit of more regular household cleaning, this is our all-purpose cleaner. Again, the bottle comes empty. You fill it up with 16 ounces of water, and you add 1/4 teaspoon of Basic H to the water to make an all-purpose cleaner. So this will, all your normal cleaning products that you might buy elsewhere, this will take the place of almost any of those.
Really, we use it for everything in every area of the house. But if you have something really nasty and really grimy and you think, I want something just a little tougher, there's one more option. There are actually lots of options.
The degreaser. Again, we fill the bottle with 16 ounces. In this case, we put 1.5 spoons of the bottle.
So we use it on things like, I keep it by the sink and the nasty pots and pans and things with it. But I'm going to confess, I do the cooking. I don't actually do. Van's the head dishwasher, and when I step in to do it, he says, "Hey, that's my job." So Van, do you like it on the dishes?
I think it's wonderful on the dishes, like you said, especially the really greasy ones. And that brings us to our next product, which is our dish soap. Again, this is an all-natural, biodegradable, phosphate-free, good for the environment, dishwashing, hand dishwashing soap.
So you can take this camping and use it out in the
exactly.
in the woods.
It's perfectly safe for the environment, and it does an incredible job of washing dishes. All your normal stuff that you don't, the super greasy stuff, like I said, we'll spray with a little bit of the degreaser. But for most things, a drop or two of this is all that's needed to clean, you can clean several dishes with a drop or two.
I mean, more than several. A drop or two is serious. So when my daughter moved, she got a kit for her new home, and my mom was doing some dishes and getting things ready to put away, and she used it like you would normally, and then she's like, "Please, are there more dishes?" Because it made so much suds, and so it was so powerful. So everyone overuses Shaklee in the beginning, and then you learn everything is concentrated and lasts a very, very long time. What else is in the box?
Well, let's see. As long as we're talking about dishes.
No.
Our automatic dishwasher soap. And again, this is completely natural, biodegradable, phosphate-free. In fact, it was the first phosphate-free dishwasher soap in America. As Lisa said, Shaklee has been a pioneer in environmentally safe cleaning products. And this, like I said, is the very first phosphate-free dish soap produced and sold in the United States. And it does an incredibly good job.
You only need about a teaspoon in your dishwasher. Yeah, this is
a scoop. One scoop is all you need.
Yeah, it gets so tiny. And it may be hard to tell, but like I don't have a very big thumb, and see, it's little. And even so we find that we have to use about half the amount sometimes because it works so well. So play around with it depending on the hardness of your water. And, Van made a point about the phosphate-free and the Pioneer is that we really have Shaklee to thank for paving the way for all of the things that we have for natural products and things. Because when Dr. Shaklee started working on all of this, it was in the middle of the Industrial Revolution. Things were people were inventing things left and right and not understanding the long-term consequences. And Dr. Shaklee knew then what today would be like and helps change the thinking for future people. So, okay, what else is in the box?
Well, what's next?
I love opening boxes.
All right. Why don't we go with laundry? Move over to laundry. Okay.
So this is also, our laundry was the first phosphate-free laundry detergent also. So remember, we were green when green was just a color. And it's really interesting. I can't remember the lake, but there was a lake back in the 60s.
Yeah,
I think.
In the 60s.
And it had horrible algae bloom. And someone in Shaklee thought about what if we got everyone to use Shaklee laundry detergents and other products. And so they talked to Shaklee, they talked to the city, and so everyone around, any water that would watershed into that body of water switched to Shaklee, and it cleared up the lake because of removing those phosphates, because phosphates are horrible for algae bloom.
Took a lake that was essentially dead and brought it back to life just by the people around it using the Shaklee cleaners.
So we're really proud. So
Indeed.
We don't like Shaklee because we sell Shaklee. We sell Shaklee because we love it. So, so if you're going to do laundry, so this is amazing. So you've all heard about the horrors of laundry sheets, right? So harmful VOCs. What's a VOC?
Volatile organic compounds. Yes, and there are some that are naturally occurring and they're not.
Like lemon juice, lemon squirt, that's a VOC.
A lot of the VOCs that come out of, that give you the fresh laundry smell, those are really harmful VOCs that are really bad for you.
So when we go for a walk, people are doing their laundry at night a lot, and we'll go for a walk at night. And one day we're walking, and I said, "Oh, smell the laundry, you know," and Van's like, smell the harmful VOCs, but that sort of spoiled it a little bit. But so that fresh scent that we're used to, we've been conditioned to think that that is clean. But Shaklee believes that clean doesn't smell. So this is vegetable based. It can go in your recycling bin. You can use it repeatedly to help take care of static electricity and things like that. And then a quick tip is, I found that when they're almost all used up, right before I put them in recycling, I run them over the faucets and handles, and it just makes them shine and sparkle. So multi-purpose, get the most out of it.
Yeah.
So
again, totally green, very good for you and for your environment.
So it's really a good option if you still want to use dryer sheets, but you're worried about it. So think about it. When you go to bed at night and your face is against your pillow, that's your laundry detergent and your dryer sheets. And those are harmful VOCs that for most people, they cause skin irritation, contribute towards asthma and breathing problems. And so making a shift to non-toxic cleaners can really make a difference in your overall wellness. So, okay, just a few more things.
All right. While we're on laundry,
it rocks.
Nature Bright. This is incredible stuff. I can't tell you how many articles of clothing and other things that have been saved by this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. You want to tell her about some of your experiences with that?
So I'm going to rat out you.
Okay.
Okay. So Van goes for runs, and he gets, sweaty. But side note, we have an awesome antiperspirant that helps with that. And so he, one day without thinking, threw his wet shirt into the laundry. Then we put laundry on top of it. And then I washed it, didn't look at it, dried it, didn't look at it, folded it, clearly didn't look at it. I put it away, and it's a white t-shirt. And then Van comes out and he says, "Hey, what are all these little black spots on my shirt?" Like, that's now a rag. That is mildew. Mold and mildew. It's where it got wet and then mildew grew, and then I washed it and dried it, so sort of locked it in. So I thought, I don't know that we can do anything with that. So I thought, well, let's try Nature Bright. So it took several days, but the nice thing is it doesn't eat things away like bleach. It doesn't have anything that harms you neurologically. It's safe for your skin, safe for your respiratory system. And then it just whitens things. And so it took maybe 5 days, and brand new looking. All the spots are gone. Same thing with wing sauce, anything really nasty. And we have a customer who works in a museum, and they use this on the very old, delicate clothing that where it's yellowed, and they'll soak things in it and get away without harming the clothing. So it's really, really amazing. I have another customer who is like, it's the diaper king. So nasty diapers. It's fantastic. So
one last product in here, one last cleaning product. It's our Germ off. Okay, if you need to disinfect something, if you're used to using like bleach or something to do disinfecting to try to kill germs, Germ off does it kills a higher percentage of germs and stuff than chlorine does without all of the toxic side effects.
Yeah. It's bad for your brain when you're using that other stuff.
And this is a set of wipes, so that you can just grab a wipe and wipe something down if you're concerned about germs, and this will take care of it.
Chicken juice on your counter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's handy to have, and just to wipe, like I said, wipe things down, nasty things, animal accidents on the floor, just wash it up, wipe it up. So when you're wiping up, we have these things too. So this is a microfiber sponge, and it can go right in the washing machine, so it doesn't get all nasty and yucky, like as funky as other stuff, and then you can just wash it and you don't have to throw it out. So, and the fact is, microfiber is pretty cool. So the nature of it, if you think of the closest I can think of, it sort of looks like gears, and it locks and traps things in. And so what happens is, as it locks it in and you wipe it against something else, it doesn't transfer the germs and nasty. So many people don't like to use sponge because they're just going to transfer germs over, and that won't happen just by the nature of it. I mean, you do have to wash it and clean it. So just keep an eye on it, but just for your daily use. And then the other side has a scrubby side to it. So I really love this, and it squishes up all nice, and I love getting in glasses. So that's one I like. And then we have just a standard microfiber cloth for your regular cleaning. And it is really powerful and helps work with you and with the cleaners. And then we have one that's for windows. Now the window one is amazing. I love sparkly windows and mirrors. And so the window cleaner, so this concentration, so remember it's the basic H and 2 drops into 16 ounces of water in this. And then spray it down and wipe it with this, and it just buffs it and shines. And I have used Crisco, butter, and coconut oil on glass as a demonstration to show that it will get rid of it. And so you just spray on the window, rub it and wipe it off, sparkles. So my favorite one is for someone's birthday. I put a birthday cake made out of butter on her glass, and then we wiped it off just to show everybody. It was at a Shaklee meeting, and even the Shaklee people were like, oh, so it's pretty amazing. So then one more little handy thing. Then you get this handy caddy to carry it all in. So I'm going to tell him myself. I told him, Van, it's only fair by telling me. Because one day I gathered up a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like holding it in my arms and walking, and Van's like, we have a caddy. I'm like, I know. I took it out of the caddy to take it into another room because I didn't think about the fact that it had a handle or that I could pick it up and take it. So we all do silly things, but now I don't have to do that because I can remember to take my caddy and have it. And then one of the really cool things about buying a Get Clean starter kit, well, several cool things actually, is this one kit helps take 108 pounds of packaging waste from landfills. So for what you do, that's huge.
That is really huge. Even just the basic H, this one bottle of basic H can replace, remember how concentrated this is? This will replace well over
5,800.
It was 5,800. If you just use it to make window cleaner, it replaces 5,800 bottles
plus
that would be going into landfill otherwise.
I mean, a mountain
plus,
of trash.
But even if you're using it for the other cleaners also, you're still talking about saving thousands of bottles from going into the landfill.
And we're really learning, I'm really learning because of what Van does, that, you know, those things don't break down. They're there forever. And part of it is that there's no oxygen once we pile everything up and it's all dark. And and the fact that there's no oxygen, even things that we expect to break down like newspapers don't break down. So really reduce and reuse first. And this is one way to reduce. It also eliminates 248 pounds of greenhouse gases. Just one kit. So if everyone buys a kit, think of the difference that it makes. And then with Shaklee's Heart for the Environment, Shaklee was already part of an initiative to plant trees worldwide. It started with one person who talked to one more person who talked to the UN. And over 1 billion trees have been planted today as a result of this one person makes a difference conversation. And Shaklee Corporation was part of that, was involved in, and is still involved in planting trees worldwide and making a difference. And so for every Get Clean starter kit that you buy, Shaklee will plant a tree in your honor. And so you get to make a difference that way, a lasting difference for future generations, for you as you age, for your children, your grandchildren, and for this earth. So a Get Clean starter kit is really, really a tremendous impact on the environment. So someone just asked, what are some of the uses for basic H? So really, we can wipe. I wash my floors with it. I wash my counters with it. I wash the refrigerator with it. The walls. Might have gotten spaghetti sauce down the wall door, cabinet doors. Wash that off. I wash the bathtub, the anything that has to be cleaned, I use Basic H for it in one of the concentrations. I have hardwood floors, and I use it on that. And then another part of the question was, I heard that you can use it for plants or even in a pressure washer, and that is true. So what Basic H does is it makes water wetter.
Yes.
And so, do you want to add?
It's a natural surfactant, and that really does protect plants. I know that people have used Basic H, sprayed it directly on their house plants. That's how safe it is, or sprayed on their plants out in their garden. And it actually keeps some of the insects off of it, and it helps prevent disease. So, I mean, it's really useful, like I said, and it's totally safe.
Yeah, so it goes, helps the water absorb into the ground better. And we use it even when we get our Christmas tree. We put some Basic H in the water, and if I have cut flowers, I put Basic H in the water because it helps it suck it up better. And so if you can I wash my vegetables with it, and then rinse them off. And then that pan of water, I don't want to waste. If 2 drops can make 16 ounces of cleaner, you don't want to waste a drop of Basic H, right? So then I will take that pan, and even though it has the contaminants for my fruits and vegetables, it's still, not, I don't want to eat it, but I don't mind putting it on a plant that isn't for food. And so that will help it grow. And so then I'll pour that water over plants in the house and use it. So thanks. That's a great question. And that's about it. That's all we have today.
One more thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We might think that this is a costly product, but it really isn't, because when you think about how concentrated the products are and how much you get in this kit, you would spend over $3,400 if you were to buy the same amount of cleaning power from your grocery store.
From ready-made products.
$3,400.
And the member price of this is just $99. So, yeah, $3,499. Seems like a value to me. Plus, it lasts forever. I mean, not forever, actually, that's an exaggeration, but it lasts a very long time. So most of my customers get about 3 to 5 years from a bottle of Basic H. So that's a good value.
If you use it really for everything, it'll still last you a year.
Oh, no, several years.
Several years.
Yeah, I even give samples out of mine, and we usually get a good 2 to 3 years out of it, and I'm using it and giving it away. So it's a great value. It really lasts. And we have one that has absolutely no scent, and we have one that has non-harmful VOC scent. It's your choice. You can pick either way you would like to have it. But overall, it's not very fragrant, because Shaklee believes that clean doesn't smell, and that you have been conditioned to believe that when you smell those things, that means clean. But it's actually harming your family. There was a study in February that came out that were in Australia, where they tracked people for 20 years using regular household spray cleaners, and found that for the respiratory health, it was the same impact as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. 20 cigarettes a day. That is huge. And so switching to something like this, you think you're helping your family by keeping it clean, and you're actually causing some harm. And so switching to non-toxic cleaners really can save your family, make them healthy and well. So there's another cleaner that wants to know if everything's recyclable. Yes, it is. And so even the wipes can go in the recycling bin. So it is handy that way, so that we can make a difference. And then people are always coming up with creative ways to reuse their bottles and containers. So I've been pretty amazed at some of the creative things. Like we have a Life Shake, which is our protein shake, and people use those containers for every conceivable thing. Bird houses. I mean, it's really great. So thinking of ways to reuse as well as recycle is another way to make an impact and make any even bigger difference on our environment. So if there aren't any other questions or comments, then we are going to sign off. And if you do have some, you can send us a link or email us at burbachulous, burbachulous @gmail.com. There should be a link in this broadcast, or talk to the person who sent you here. So if you're watching with another Shaklee person, please talk to them. They will be glad to help you. And thanks for joining us today.